Okay, second episode, right? Frick, bro. This episode, man. All right, so this episode was like titled Captain Pikachu Wants to Train or something. It starts off with this girl in the room, right? So
this was very
unexpected.
unexpected.
So they showed this, and I don't know who it was, but I think near the end of this clip at the start, they show like this needle thing in the back.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh shoot, that's her.
Yeah.
I was joking, saying the fisherman is the needle thing. I know it doesn't make sense, but he got a Quaxley, and she has a Quaxley, right? But it's interesting they showed it.
You don't think that's you think they're different Quaxleys?
It might be the same one,
It might be
but
the same one just running around.
we'll talk about this. So they had no reason to have to show her. I thought it would just be a gag. Like whenever they're checking up for information, it'll show this needle thing. But since they're showing her, she might turn out to be the third rival.
That's one way of putting it. You had no reason to even like do anything with this character, but you did
You don't
something
have to
with it.
introduce what
Like,
it was.
it's so weird because at first it just looked like a novelty person that just pops up during ads.
Yeah, that's all it had to be.
But then now they turn it into something who's integrated into the story. So it's
it
like
just explains things. So they explain the Master Balls, they explain legendary Pokemon. It doesn't have to actually be a real character.
I give it bonus point. I'm just awarding it points because you integrated that into the story, but you also had it be this explanation person, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yo, that's Premiere Pro. I don't know what that is. Yo, that is Premiere. They're editing on my program. Yeah, what? Oh, it is. She's editing her show. She's editing her show.
Did they really just like they made like a knockoff version of?
Yeah, they're hiding the tracks. This is the timeline. This is the zoom in and
She's
out.
editing her YouTube video or whatever.
That's crazy, bro. There's too much. I don't know when it happened, but there's too much like modernization.
Stuff.
Have you ever like gone on Instagram and you look at like official Instagram reels, like the KFC account and stuff, they'll post memes, official billion-dollar companies, official memes and stuff. I can't fathom it.
It's all modernized now, where it's just like we're in like such a like a cybery thingy. Everybody's just like,
someone said she's 100% the anime version of Penny.
I was about to say that, but then I was getting quiet. I'm like, when we were trying to guess who it was, I was like, is that the Cassiopeia lady?
That's a good guess.
Because imagine that's who it was, and I'm like, because apparently she seems to be very intelligent, et cetera, right? You have to finish the recap, but that was the number one thing that was coming to my mind. I'm like, is that the girl? But if we look at the image right in front of us, that's not the hair of the one that we know in the game.
No.
So it'd be really weird if the person just was the same girl. It's got to be a different person.
No, it's someone else. It's someone, unless there's no Penny.
You know, a better thing is, what if there's this lady and Penny?
Yeah, it'd be amazing because this would be a non-Paldea one, and then she would meet Penny and Paldea.
I'm telling you, as I continue to watch this, I'm like, bro, they should just release like an exclusive, like you'll make a Captain Pikachu.
They can do it, and they can give him 6 stats. They can do anything now.
Wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the game? Now, I'm telling you, if they release a Captain Pikachu, I'm buying that. That's my dog.
They should. There should be a little like Easter egg where there's like a ship that visits, and there's a Captain Pikachu. No other cast is showing, but
yeah, it'd be so cool if there's a Captain Pikachu.
Because it doesn't really happen because they're not the same continuity, but you can do it as an Easter egg.
He's cool. For some reason, they're making this one look more cooler than Ash's.
And another thing is they show Needle thing in the intro.
Yeah.
So if it was really a gag thing, they wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, they kind of wow. She's got the light ring, the camera. She's really streaming and doing stuff. Yeah, if it was something that they were just trying to throw away, this seems to be like the main takeaway of this entire episode.
That she's
like
a real character.
What's her identity, and then like what she's capable of.
That's funny who it turns out she is, though.
But so I have a question. All those videos we see, that's not the school.
No, this is just someone's YouTube channel they're watching.
And they just watch someone's YouTube channel that just supplements their knowledge. Okay, because I was like, does she work for the school or something? I'm like, how is Freed's crew helping the school? You know what I mean?
So here she's putting on the outfit. Bruh. Wait, why is she putting on the outfit to edit? I don't know. But here you go, training Captain Pikachu. So
this is a recap of the recap.
They put a recap again. So the recap is something like Amity was after their pendant. They try to fight him. He beat him up. Rayquaza came out of the monster ball and ran away. Then Roy joins the gang. There you go.
And then this is my guy.
This guy said, "What, Captain? Watch the wheel for a sec."
Captain Pikachu. In Japanese is awesome. Captain.
Cap.
Yo, next Pikachu, you gotta call him Cap.
But Pikachu's so ass.
I know, but
this is what doesn't make sense in games. Like in the anime, Ash can use a Bulbasaur, but that's like within the first few episodes. We can never replicate that.
Bro, you were right. He fishes in the sky. What's wrong with this man?
Yeah, so what is he catching? Because he caught a Pelipper because it was flying.
I think it's in the shots. You go, bro, get out of
He
here.
caught a pelip. Wait, maybe, but they're on the
Yo, he's got
sea.
bait on the side. He caught a pelipper. He's doing the real deal.
Dude, that looks freaking good. That's so funny, bro. He caught a pelipper. Yeah, so she's studying for her test, or she's studying her Pokemon actually.
And then
Uh,
Roy's just like,
We need a battle.
yo, dog, you know, you get the whole like they're even doing this in the anime better than they did the last one. Like in the previous episode, he like
They're teasing it,
he
right?
like ran up to Liko and he's just like, I've been
I've
looking
been
for
wanting
you.
to meet you, holding her
Yeah,
hands.
and then she's just like, really, is
This is too forward.
this is too far? I like even right now, he's just like, I've been looking for you, dude.
She doesn't react this time, but they're doing it on purpose.
But they didn't do that as much in.
I don't think they ever did that except for Brock,
They slowly tried. Brock was just cool because he was like that from the start.
which is sick.
He's just a hopeless romantic from the beginning.
So this is really realistic. These guys are so ass. They just spam the same move again and again, which is sick because it shows they're actually ass.
Yeah, so what's happening here is at some point, Roy just came earlier and he's like, we're Pokemon trainers now. So
We have to
so
battle.
one thing we do, we're going to battle. So that's the whole point. They get towards battling and it's exactly like you said. Because they're so novice, they're even more novice than like Ash. Like I'm talking about like, they're so
They're literal
novice.
kids, bro.
They're just like, it's like kids just going like, attack it.
no, they're us spamming moves. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's like button mashing.
That's exactly what they're trying to show. They're button mashing one move again and again. So he's using Ember again and again, and she's using Leaf Edge again and again. That's all they know how to do. And maybe I don't know if they intended this, but they show something where after they spam these moves, both their Pokemon go to sleep. So it's almost like those RPG elements where they have exhaustion. So meanwhile, when Frieda's battling, he's like careful making like one move at a time.
rationing his energy. Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're trying to build up to here, that you got to conserve.
That'd be interesting if that was like brought into Pokemon later on, like there's like a stamina thing. I don't know how
They never would because they have like a solid system, but
solid system. Yeah,
maybe in like some overworld type of battle.
it could be they ran out of PP, but I think I like the idea of them just being exhausted.
I like the exhaustion idea. Yeah.
Like they just spammed too much and they got exhausted. For some reason, Molly looks like she's supposed to be in One Piece.
You see, she's a luxury Nurse Joy. Yo, bro, these guys, man,
They got an app.
They got an app for. Look at the apps on their phone. So Fried gives them back their phone. I think the secret girl on the ship installed these for them. He has the phone, messaging, Google Maps, freaking Pokedex app. So I saw a bee fly by earlier. I could scan the bee. Imagine
so
living in
cool.
the Pokemon world. And then they have a freaking Rising Volt Tacklers app.
Okay, so I got a quick question about this. Explain to me. These phones, they're actually Rotom?
Yeah, bro. They invented Rotom's a ghost. They invented one where they put it in a phone.
But
So powers the phone and it's also kind of sentient. It's
but
like
so
AI.
but it would mean that it's an active Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon.
But they can never use it for anything else. It's weird. It's like these guys are given phones, but they're Pokemon, so it's technically
They have a
reversed.
Rotom, but I don't think it can fight. And I think it's probably made so it can't fight, or else like the phone would be dangerous or something.
That's so weird. Okay, fine. Now I know.
It'd be cool if they could release the Rotom. That is, I mean, if someone said Rotom enslaving, you're totally right, but at least the Rotoms are slapping.
I know it's so enslaved, like, and they make it look like he's having a good time over there. He's like, I love my job.
Yo, they first announced this in like Sun and Moon and a Sun and Moon trailer. They're like introducing the Rotom in game, and I'm like, Rotom as a new form. They do nothing with it. It's just your Pokedex.
That was like after the lawnmowers and all that, right?
Yeah, so I thought it was a new, maybe like a psychic type Rotom Pokedex form or something. I don't know.
That's so weird.
They should introduce more Rotom forms. So now they're official member of the crew. They have an app and they have a group chat on the app.
That is so hilarious. They got the Discord before we did.
Yeah, bro. Someone said Pokemon League spying on their trainers. It could be still. Not when they got the girl on their ship, though. She's probably looking through.
Yeah, I feel like that girl can like intercept.
Yeah, she can, I think.
You know what I'm wondering now?
Mm-hmm.
If that girl is on the ship, right? Don't you feel like someone like her could have easily like picked up on like the tracker being on? I know the old man found
She
it after.
probably did, bro.
Maybe she, you know what? Maybe she found it,
And
sent
told the old
Quaxley
man?
to go like.
Okay, and the old man finds it after.
Anyways, yeah. So they register their Pokedex, and then they're just like,
And this guy's like, I need to register Rayquaza.
how is it that by episode 5 you want to catch a Rayquaza?
So they have no leads of how to find the Rayquaza. And this is when Freed says that there's actually a secret member on this ship called Dot. She never shows herself. And it's Murdoch's niece. Why this guy of all the people?
Murdoch's niece.
And look, she's your age. So she is the third rival, bro.
That's kind of cool though. Just Murdoch's niece, like it's just like a family thing. I'm just like,
But of all of them, it could have been Freed's like godchild or something. Freaking this guy's niece. Who is this guy?
I'm hoping Murdoch's got some like, yo, I keep thinking that
Like,
I have this whole conspiracy that Murdoch is like a savage trainer.
you think he has like a golem?
And then a long time ago, he like gave up trying to be a savage trainer. He just wants to be and he's like, I'm gonna be a cook and be at peace. I don't know how far that goes in terms of, but okay, what if suddenly he was just like, what if suddenly like a climactical situation happened? He was just like, you guys all go, I'll handle it. And they're like, oh, we can. And he goes,
You can't, you're just Murdoch.
and he's like, I'm gonna take this too far, but it's like that Bleach Ikaku scene. They're not gonna get what I'm saying, but the whole point, he's like, yo, no one's here. All right, fine, no one's here. I'll do this, and then he'll just like send out a Pokemon that's like a whole different level.
Secret, like he doesn't show anyone.
Just for example's sake, right? Like, what if he's just like he tells his like little Rockruff to give back, and he goes, no one's here. All right, and then he sends another Pokeball out, and it's like actually Lycanroc.
Oh shoot, he has like okay,
like he has an elite group. Like I want him to have like Juggernaut Pokemon.
What's a good rock type we could have for him?
Golem would be a great one. Rhyperior.
Oh, Rhyperior, because he's big, right?
Rhyperior.
What if you got a TTar? No, it doesn't fit him.
No, that wouldn't fit him. Aggron would be a pretty good one. If he was like, get back, then he goes Aggron. Go.
Aggron, Gritty Rampardos. What if he just goes Terrakion? Go Terrakion.
There's a lot of ones that would just suit him.
I can finally show this. Go Glimora. It's a joke, bro. You don't have to hold back. So they have no lead on Rayquaza. So he's like, okay, go ask her. Her name's Dot, and she lives in this door right here. So they go to, is that a treadmill? They go to knock on the door. She doesn't answer. And then out of the doggy door comes out her Quaxley. Now her Quaxley has a note, and the note shows Roy beat up. You have any thoughts on that note?
It's almost like she has like awareness of the entire ship, even though she's inside her room. It's weird because like it ties back into how the episode ends. But
exactly, I'm like, did she predict it?
Like,
is that what she's doing?
Is she predicting? Does she know? Does she have like cameras in the whole ship, but she can keep tabs? I don't know,
because she drew a picture of Fuecoco fainted and he lost the battle, and then the battle happens when they actually fight, and he loses to Lico. So maybe she's like calculating, okay, you're weaker than her right now.
This might sound crazy, but what if she's like a psychic user?
Well, like, she has Quacks. What's a good psychic Pokemon she could have?
Like Farfetch'd, but Alakazam.
She just has like an Abra. Okay, fine. I'm thinking like Sabrina. Like,
yeah, I know. I was trying to think. That's hyper to think she has Alakazam at that age.
She did predict it. We've been beaten in a battle, so she predicted it.
Guys, what do we do with this information? How did someone predict a person losing in battle before? Because at the end, she shows where he's located.
She knows where Rayquaza is.
So how are you predicting all this? My guess is you have some psychic Pokemon, but that'd be like, what if you're future sighting or something like that?
Okay, the easiest thing to say is just she's watching around. So she's watching on ship. She just predicts that he's not as strong as Lico. And then she's just tracking around Paladin stuff, and she's heard sightings that Rayquaza is there. Maybe something like that, right? But if she has a Pokemon...
Well, how does she know that quick?
She has a Pokemon. She could have like a Curlia that's like trying to clairvoyant around.
Yo, Gardevoir is like one of those perfect Pokemon to like...
Maybe Gardevoir so they can tie to like paradoxes.
Gardevoir would be a good Pokemon. Gardevoir and Alakazam, or just a downplayed Curlia, or like not a Routes, but like a Curlia. But yeah, that's kind of a big question. How is she able to predict that stuff? Because it's such like... Free does talk to her like she's some sort of like prodigy.
Yeah, well, she could do some crazy programming apparently.
That would be nuts if she has psychic Pokemon that are like able to do some sort of like future prediction.
She didn't even meet them, so they're like mad to like, okay, let's go train. So they asked Free to train them. So they do training. You thought they were gonna fight against the Charizard, but Pikachu actually wants to train them.
See, that's so badass.
Yeah, this Pikachu, bro. What is this screenshot from?
I have no idea.
This is like the movie posters and you're watching the movie.
It's almost like I drew it.
So what happens here is Pikachu's training them to stop playing like a kid spamming. So they're doing the same thing. They're spamming Leaf Edge. Look, you can see the subtitles. Ember, 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 Ember. They're like literally using their PP up. They're just spamming it. Pikachu's like just dodging it easily. And then Pikachu starts using, what move is this?
I think it's using Double Team.
So a lot of caps. So yeah, he's using Shadow Clone. So what they're trying to teach is just more battle smarts for them. So they're putting them in a situation where they have to get out of it. So what Lico does is, as they're attacking the Pikachus, you can find Pikachu making more. So you just watch where more Pikachus are being made, and you can find out what Pikachu is doing.
And if you notice, just as a note, Lico's the one doing the analyzing, and then Roy's just like, I'm just gonna keep spamming. They have two perspectives. Like Lico's the one who's like using.
She's already battle smart. Remember, she put the things to sleep and stuff.
Yeah. So she's using the more rationale. Roy's kind of like, it's kind of like two people. One kind of like reads the manual and then like strategizes and goes, okay, this is what I learned. I'm gonna use it. The other one just like rips out the manual and he's just like, in I go. I think that's how Roy's just like jump in and get knocked out later.
That's like an anime trope, right? But surely he's gonna end up mad strong.
Ah, he has to. He has to.
If you were to predict, who do you think should end up stronger at the end of the show?
At the end, I
want it to be Roy because he's the one hunting the Rayquaza and all.
You know, it's weird. I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where like
they're equal.
Liko might best him, but then he ends up being like
he's
better
the second
character.
strongest.
No, I would only almost think that it's debatable that like he's the better character. It's similar to like if you watched the Johto League, Ash beats Gary, but we all assume Gary's better than Ash.
Oh, so she's the only one who can beat him, but he's stronger. Something like that.
So I'll give you another example. In the Hoenn saga of the anime, at some point, May's combustion becomes a Blaziken.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And then it challenges Ash's Sceptile to a battle.
I don't even remember this.
Right. So there's this thing where she now has a Blaziken, so she wants to fight Ash's Sceptile. So like it's another example of kind of like, I'm not saying May's stronger than Ash at that time, but the better example would be Gary and Ash.
So someone's saying being a smart battler doesn't fit Roy, but it's like Goku being really stupid, like generally, but when it's in battle, he's just like crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm telling you, I think Roy's one of like in battle, one of those guys. Like, for example, at some point, Liko might be like strategizing, trying to figure it out, and she's like, I don't have a way out of this, right? And then Roy's just gonna will his way out of it.
Or Roy's just gonna be doing the whole Gator stuff, and he's gonna summon a giant spirit ball.
No, that's exactly what I will my way out of it.
Okay.
When I say he's gonna will his way out of it, like for example, let's say we're surrounded and there's like 8 Slay Kings surrounding them. Yeah. It's just a crazy thing, right? And then we're stuck, and Liko's like, I don't know what to do. Should we double team? Should we? And then she's tripping. So like she's an over analysis paralysis,
which has its own flaws, yeah.
But then Roy's just like, you know what? Screw this, and he's like, let's do it. Then all of a sudden, like his like second form Fuecoco uses eruption or something, and it just blows up the entire thing. And you're just like, Roy, what did you do? And he's like, yo, we're just hype. He's smart through battle. He's more of a Goku.
They're saying Goku is actually smart in the normal show, but Goku does do stupid things in Dragon Ball Z, right?
No, he's a total Nimrod.
What are some stupid things he does in Dragon Ball Z?
Don't look at Z. Look at Dragon Ball. He's an idiot.
Okay, yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Doc, he doesn't know how to do anything. It's only in Dragon Ball Z when he was shown what his Saiyan lineage is, he starts to like become smarter. Up until that point, he doesn't know what's going on. He's just dumb.
Okay, they both fall asleep again because we exhausted them too much. They're spamming Ember and all. So she just battle is over and she cuts it. Then it's lunchtime. They're eating. This is funny. They're all like sharing how much different the Pokemon's taste palette is.
Yeah, how the cat like spitter food.
And then it cuts to Roy and these guys, and they just both like spicy food.
That's awesome.
After the battle, they have a rematch, and this time, both of them have like processed what happened last battle, and they're not spamming moves off the bat. So she's like calculating and waiting for him to go first. Then he goes first, and she's like dodging moves. And then when he uses Ember, the Sprigatito starts going mad quick, and just like, Ultra Instincts up to him and beats the Fuecoco up.
It wasn't written in subtitles. Like there was something written in subtitles. I didn't see it, but for a second I was like, "It's not extreme speed." I'm like, "No,
that'd be crazy."
Yeah, that's quick attack, right?
Quick attack.
Okay.
Yeah. So she learns quick attack, and she beats him. Lightning speed.
See, it's so cool the way it's called in like.
That's what
lightning speed. Cap's training paid off.
Well, you think they could ever implement dodge in a game? So it wouldn't be in competitive. It would only be for the main game, but a way to dodge.
Yeah, you could.
I think make it complicated still. Yeah, it wouldn't be for the main game, and definitely not for competitive. Then they get a message in their group chat from Dot, who's the girl on the ship, and they're gonna go meet her. Is that how the episode ends?
Yeah, they just get.
So they're gonna meet her next episode. Well, let's see. The dude comes out. Oh, it just ends. They're not gonna meet her. So this is cool.
This is the part that completely like we could stay on this for like a second, right?
Yo, so this is Paldea. She drew a map of Paldea and gave it to him and showed that Rayquaza fled to Paldea. First off, if you remember Paldea, if we want to pretend Paldea is Super Turtle, this is where the head would be, right here. So look, they still cut that out pretty well. So Paldea, you got the crown here. You got the school. And I don't even know what this is. I don't remember that.
Crown to the crater.
Why the crater? I don't know why I called it a crown.
I was looking at this and I'm like, okay, there's always like a little moments in like animes where they start hiding hidden stuff. I'm like, this has something. Let's just work with what we have. I can't tell if obviously, I'm assuming Rayquaza is just super high in the air,
Yeah.
or is he just so giant?
What the hell, bro? What do you mean?
I'm not saying he's the Midgard serpent who like
Yeah.
covers the whole Paldea, but like, how does this lady have such a bird's eye understanding of Paldea like that?
She has some sensors, or I'm gonna assume it's sensors for now, just to be realistic. It shows it's like Rayquaza's creeping up to Paldea now. I don't
Okay,
know.
so yeah, no, you say.
Well, I don't know why you would flee to Paldea. If he,
That's exactly my question. Why go to Paldea? 2, how does Dot know that it's going to Paldea? What, you do a tracker on him? You got an air tag on his bum.
and she drew Rayquaza far away, so it's not even like there are sightings that Rayquaza is there. Like it's far in the sky. It's not like anyone reported it for her to be like, okay, I saw it in the news.
She's such a mystery person. I have no understanding how she's aware of it. She was like indoors where Rayquaza was outside.
Yeah, I don't know if Rayquaza is scared of the Terra stuff, which is why he ran away from Liko and all when he saw her. But if he was scared of if he doesn't like the Terra stuff, why is he coming here where it was home of the Terra?
Looks like the opposite. It looks like he's going to where the Terra stuff is
Looking
the
for
most
Scropagus.
concentrated.
Oh, you think he's gonna go and like eat Terra stuff here?
I think he's going to where the Terra stuff is the most dense.
Yeah. What if he goes there and
why
to
go to Paldea versus anything else? Which shows one thing. You know, it's cool. If he's going there in some sort of offense mode, when they go to Paldea, they're going to intercept him.
When they go to Paldea, at that point, they're going to hear reports that there's a black Rayquaza that's
flying around, so they're going to intercept him. But what's more interesting is, isn't that where his mother is? Liko's mom?
Yeah.
So
must be.
So basically, I'm saying because this sets it up for he's
Both
going
stories.
to Paldea, but he seems to be going for some other. We know as the people that play the game that this is probably the most terrestrialized landscape.
Yeah, it is.
So he's terrestrialized. So if he's going over to Paldea and
he wants more crack,
basically he wants more of that. And if he's going over there, but then Liko's mom is already there, I feel like Liko's mom and the grandma are all going to be involved because this has now happened. So like the next 2-3 episodes,
I don't know how much the mom would know, but I want them to talk about the Rayquaza and there's something maybe that she knows.
They would know something because if we use like the kind of theory I had that there's like a lineage of people that were on Liko's side and a lineage of people that were on Roy's side. Roy's side is the ancient traveler. Liko's side is like the companion for the ancient traveler, like just like a maiden type person.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, like I'd feel like certain aspects of lore were passed down from,
at least in story form. Yeah.
In story form from gen to gen. So I assume the grandma knows the most. The mother knows a decent amount. Now at this point, like these two are like the next in line. It's just cool because all we knew up until this point is they're gonna go see the mom and the grandma in Paldea. But now we know that the Rayquaza is going there too. So there's gonna be this like complete clash.
And the new Explorers guy is gonna chase them there.
So how does this work? So I'm wondering, in that commotion, does Liko's mom and the grandma have to participate? So watch this. Let me set a tone for you. Okay, so Rayquaza pops up. There's so much commotion going on. Amethyst and all the hunters pop up, right? And they're in a situation they don't know how to get out of, right? What if somehow they're about to be attacked and then all of a sudden you just see the bottom of a person's mouth utter something and then the shield just activates. But on a grander scale that you ever saw before.
Master it, man.
Or give another scene. Liko somehow falls and she loses the pendant, right? And then when someone else is carrying it, like the grandmother walks in and she like does something and triggers the pendant. And you find out she could wield it so good, she's just giving it because she's old.
There must be some reason she gave it, especially if now people are going to start hunting it. There must be a reason you endanger the pendant by putting it in her hands now.
Yeah, we're talking about Goku abusing his kid. Man, grandma's abusing Liko.
Bro, I guess so amount people talk about the whole Goku's not a.
Yeah, but grandma sending Liko. Yo, grandma gave
watch the show, yeah.
Grandma gave the pendant to Liko saying, go struggle.
And then she's like, all right, we need some bodyguards. Oh, the mom says that.
The mom says we need bodyguards. The grandma's like, let her starve.
Yeah, go subscribe to the Clips channel. It's in the description. Someone said maybe he is sensing the energy he's missing to transform since he looks like he's undergoing some type of transformation. That's what I'm thinking, right? So he's like about to go back into his terraform, but he needs more like crack.
So he's
gonna go. And I don't know if this works specifically for Rayquaza because he eats meteorites. Maybe he's just gonna go feast on the crystals.
What if the first thing he does, he just dives into the crater? And you're just like, what is he doing?
That would be a movie cutscene, bro. Because no one goes in the crater. So now this black dragon just goes in.
Okay, so play around with me here. Let's just say he goes straight, dives right into the crater, right? And it's almost like there's no time to explain type of commotion. If he enters that, like almost like violently, he goes down there. All this time, it's like blocked off, like no one can even go near. Now it's gone into it. So what now? What happens now? Now some random squad has to be deployed to go into area
That's
0.
terrifying. If Rayquaza won in there, I'm not going in there after that.
But that's the point. So imagine going to Paldea, they go look and they're like, Rayquaza's here. No, he's gone to the crater. And they're like, yo, that can compromise Paldea itself. And they're like, a squad has to go in. So what squad could go in? I'm trying to set it up for saying one character, if the person is how they are in the game, would be sending Nimona in.
Nimona or Gita, right?
So you would go with Nimona, maybe Gita, and then you guys would go with her, but there'd be a secret squad that has to go. So early on, you'd be in area 0, which means if we're temporarily in there, even for a moment, does a paradox show up?
I hope. We have to see if the time machine's been made and all that. If heat already exists, all that stuff. So, bro, if we meet Nimona, do you think she's gonna have like as Pokemon? Or do you think she's gonna have fully evolved Pokemon?
That's the question. The question is, at this stage, is she like the way she is in the game? Is she already
grow
achieved?
With us, or she's already like champion?
When I was saying you would take Nimona with you as like that squad, I was assuming she's already champion level.
So what kind of?
Because for sure, she's not a rival.
Unless they're just showing her at the start for some reason. Yeah, but she doesn't have a start. Her start was like a year.
She's already started. She's like a senior. I think she might be champion level.
That's crazy. Okay. Oh, bro, she has some boring Pokemon still. I guess she will have Dunda and Sparse just to have some Paldea stuff. Oh, she'd have Pawmod, bro. Oh my god, Orthworm. But I think she's caught a bunch of Pokemon though. I think she's like caught almost every Pokemon. She just chooses random.
She just chooses random ones. Yeah, I think this might sound a bit crazy, but like try to imagine her being more of like the Gary of the show. So she's very talented. She's caught a lot of Pokemon. She's constantly trying to be like better and better and better. She's like overly obsessed. If Area 0 gets compromised, right, and they have to go in, there's no way you go to Area 0 and let the episode play out without getting Clavel involved for approval because he's a director. I'm wondering if the elements of the game come to the show. So Jacques is part of the expedition. Jack.
Yeah.
His name's Jack.
Yeah.
He's Jacques. So they call it Jacques.
Yeah.
And then Clavel has to give approval because he's the director, which means Ward has to get back to Gita, who's the chairwoman, which means like is not the group that you go with.
You know what I want when they go in the crater? I want it to be like dangerous.
So of course,
multiple. I don't want them to just make to the bottom. I want them to get like 1 yard in, and they get attacked by a Paradox Pokemon and barely escape, and they have to go.
That'd be cool.
And then you have to wait like 3-4 episodes for them to try again, and they just slowly get through and meet like some Paradox Pokemon.
What if we don't? Oh, that doesn't exist. The fans are.
It just turns into a horror show. It's like Attack on Titan.
No, because I was like, what if like Rayquaza, like in the beginning he goes in the Area 0, they try to go in and they just get attacked by Paradox Pokemon. They have no way getting out, and at some point, like okay, let's say like you said, they make it to the door of Area 0, and then now they're locked in, and then there's just like a roaring moon in front of them, and now they're trying to like stop it, and they can't. They have no way to stop it. Let's say Liko and Roy are isolated and a roaring moon pops up. Now they're just like, go Nia, how, you know what I mean?
Bro, imagine a Delibird popped up. That'd be terrifying.
Delibird would be terrifying, but Roy, okay, fine. We'll talk about the future. Okay.
No, it could be scripture. I just thought roaring moon's too strong.
Honestly, use TyranitarTube, just like the cannon.
Okay.
Just for the show.
Oh,
so he corners them, right? Now you know that Sprigatito and Fuecoco have no shot.
Yeah. So
imagine somehow they got isolated from the group.
Yeah.
Now they're surrounded by a roaring moon or whatever you call it, right? What if in that moment he's like, yo, man, I need help, right? This is crazy. I need help. And then like Roy's just like, yo, help us in the pendant close. And then Rayquaza just comes down and just like blasts it away.
Okay.
No, for one reason. In that moment, Roy called the ancient traveler.
Like called the ancient traveler.
And the Rayquaza came down and attacked it.
And he flies away.
That'd be so cool, right? Like an inescapable situation where you're bombarded by Paradox Pokemon. You don't know what to do. You've been isolated. If your grandma or your mom's there, maybe they could protect you, but you can't. I don't think
they would be.
So now what's the thing that'll protect you? You may call Rayquaza.
I think they would have to sneak into Area 0. Like everyone's like, please stay on the ship, but they sneak on or something. You know, because it's too dangerous. They can't, with their Sprigatito and Fuecoco, they can't go there. So maybe like Nimona stuff, they plan a group and maybe like Fuecoco falls, so they go to get him and they're stuck in there.
That might be how it plays out. That's why I'm trying to think of a situation where they're not supposed to be there, but then they are. And then
just imagine like, hey, look at Delibird. Then its mouth just opens up.
Oh my God. Imagine an anime form.
Frick.
Bro, imagine like imagine you just see a Tyrantar from its back and then
he turns around.
And it turns around. It's just like this.
Yeah, so it seems like he's looking for something terror related. I wonder what this Rayquaza knows relating to Tropagus. It's a map of Paldea. That means he's in Paldea. That's the end of the episode, right? And the episode it kind of shows a better image of her.
So yeah, this shows her at the end.
You think her hair's dyed or that's Murdoch's hair color?
That is Murdoch's hair color.
It's purple?
Isn't it?
No, he just has a fork. He has a white fork.
She's got kind of like a blowout thing going on.
Yeah, she does.
I'm like, hold up.
No.
Did anybody look at these hair details and be like, I know who it is? Because I didn't.
No, I don't recognize it.
Okay.
That's the end of the episode, though, right?
Is there any like showing what happens in the next?
Oh, I didn't even watch to that. I just ended after the poker app. Oh, so he does. Do you see the way he enters the poker app all slowly and elegantly?
Slow, and then he stays slow.
And he just fails it.
He doesn't even care. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
I've never seen this. Hold on. So next episode, huge preview. Oh, this is the locked door. So what is there? Pyukumuku is in the. Oh, is the locked door her room? Because the episode's titled "The Unlocked Door," right?
What's he peeking into? Is that with the girl?
But it looks like a SpongeBob door, though. It's huge preview time. While soaring through the Great Blue towards Paldea, they run into trouble. The rising volt tacklers end up taking a detour through a nearby town. But Liko has another thing on her mind. This mysterious member. Okay, so the locked door is her. Oh, shoot, there's a better image. They say travel with companions and live with compassion. She must be so rude, not even showing her face. Okay, so that's what she looks like. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
What a mystery to say. I'm gonna hide this person. She's like the niece of Murdoch, and she's like this talented. Do you think there's any? You think like Murdoch's sister is like a beast?
Oh, it means he has a sibling, right?
Yeah, the whole point is like it's his siblings.
Okay, must be so. Yo, what if Murdoch? Yo, hold up. What if Murdoch's sister is is that psychic gym leader? Like oh no, that can't be Murdoch's sister still. Okay, well, that'd be interesting, if he turns to be one of these dudes a sibling.
I was wondering if maybe these guys would be the people deployed for like an Area Zero mission, but I don't even think they're that strong. I
don't know what strong trainers they have. I guess the show would show like 3-4 champions that are qualified. Because, we don't really get that information in the game, right? They just make the champion title more easier to get, but they don't show who else has it. Maybe they could say there's only 4 others and put them all together.
Maybe that's the group.
The Elite 4?
They send the Elite 4 in.
That would be
and then they say everybody stay back home, and then Liko and Roy sneak in.
Okay, so let me see what chat is saying still.
Yeah, see what chat's saying. I use the bathroom.